Great. Well, welcome again, Shirley. We're excited to have Hillcrest here and just so grateful for Matthew's leadership as one of our Emerge coaches and leaders of that program. So exciting. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Shirley, and also about Hillcrest.
Yes, thank you. First, I want to say thank you for having Hillcrest, and I'm glad to be representing Hillcrest Retirement Community. And I do want to comment on the Emerge program. I was an actual graduate of that program in 2019, and it was a nice experience to see Matthew in a different light. And actually, from that, our connection has really grown so much more. The Emerge program, how do I say it, just shot me up into a different realm. It was such a great program, and the connection that we had with other communities, we still stay connected, me and the group I was in. So I've been at Hillcrest since 1998. I've been in the senior housing industry for about that long, and just have been fortunate enough to work at a community that has been laid its ground since 1947, and has had a long, deep tradition and connection with the Laverne Church of the Brethren and the Church of the Brethren as a whole. Hillcrest serves over 350 residents, serving as a continuing care retirement community, nonprofit, and servicing by 4 levels of service, starting at independent to skilled nursing. I'm fortunate enough to be part of this community and serve as the director of sales and marketing. I was hired as a sales counselor, so I worked right in this department. And just over the years, fortunate enough to be in this role, which I think in these longer, term communities, it's nice to have that history. I really am able to reach back and some of the knowledge and the residents that I was working with back then. It's a nice base to stand on the long term.
If you've got a 30-minute tour to give somebody, what's like your go-to Hillcrest? You're gonna hook them when you can show them these 1 or 2 things. What would that be?
Oh man! So Hillcrest is on 50 acres. So that's a tough question because the whole piece, when you just pull up and you really don't even know you're in Hillcrest, you are part of the neighborhood. The go-to is that we have invisible gates. You can't tell when you're in and out of the community. And I think a lot of people want to be in a place that is non-institutional. So that is it. Or 3 years ago, where we were awarded for how we have created a gathering spot, a gathering place, which I want to lead into COVID for just real quick too. Although a gathering place, people would use Hillcrest as a place to come together and have events. We've had weddings here, quinceañeras here. People have had, a lot of the schools do their events here. We have this huge meeting house with a nice stage and a sound system, and then a catering department that will cater your event. Now, the funny part about it is we are considered the gathering place, and then COVID hit, right?
Yeah.
And so that gathering it kind of stopped for a little while, but we persevered through it. I mean, as other retirement communities, people are alone together. So we're still a gathering place, and we will become that again for Laverne. So we're kind of the go-to. It's not so much people creating technology that helps us, it's how we use it. And I went back to that little note that I wrote down. How are we going to use technology to reach out to people and continue them in this process, even moving forward and moving into the community during COVID? Yeah.
Well, Shirley, what are you looking forward to in the next 10 or 20 or 30 years? What do you hope for yourself and for Hillcrest?
So one thing that's, that comes to mind is serving seniors in a more, how am I going to say this? I want to see Hillcrest become more diverse, and I want to see us serve maybe some underserved populations. I find that important to do. Hillcrest is not an inexpensive place to come. And retirement itself is not an inexpensive thing to go through. And I see room for growth in that avenue to diversify our community. So I look forward to that. We are in process of making those strides now. Now it's on video and it's on tape. And so I am in process of being part of creating a community that I want to live in.